So there's a lot of resistance, and there is some predictions that you're making right now about the economy and some things that are really going to happen that is going to kind of force this and people to think differently. Can you tell us of what's happening right now, what you see through the calendar, and what's happening in the economy?
Yeah. So quite recently, then we started a new phase in one of these wave movements, the eighth of the levels of the nine-storied pyramid. And that was what I call the sixth night, which means basically the universe is going down to a lower state. It sort of returns back. It always alternates. There's nothing really linear in the evolution of the universe. But it goes down. And so for this, usually what happens when these nights begin, at least the later nights, is that there is some downturn in creativity. They are sort of meant to be periods of rest in the cosmic scheme, as I can understand it. And so what I have predicted will come out here is some even intensified economic downturn, and one that would especially hit the Western economies, and especially the American dollar. And you can never predict on a single day, so to speak, in the Mayan calendar. At least I cannot, and I have never heard anybody who can. But this is something that I'm expecting to happen sometime in the next couple of months, and that will sort of intensify this downturn, and in a sense really maybe force people to come up with a new way of relating and a new way of creating the world that they did not feel obliged to earlier.
So what do you see there? Is there a financial collapse?
Yeah, I see some kind of a financial collapse, especially then some kind of significant decrease in the value of the American dollar, which is the world's reserve currency, and much of the Western power in the world has been based on. So that is what I see, and what I think. The result is sort of you can't even speculate on it. It's just that the consequence would be some kind of a shock to the system of exchange of all monetary currencies, and probably, a lot of unemployment and a lot of people not being able to pay their debts and those kind of things. And so I think that would lead to a point where there will be demands set for a cancellation of debts and such a thing, sort of setting the economy at again a reset, like pushing the reset button on the economy, and opening the space to create an entirely new way of relating, where money is not used as a means of power anymore over other people, but an economy emerges from this new consciousness of unity, based essentially on sharing and looking at the human needs as in the first place.
So are you saying, because this is I'm sure people with high debt listening to us in the United States are pretty happy to hear about that reset button. So what does it mean for those people in deep fear right now that have big mortgages and that are really fearful of losing everything? How should they react, or do they have hopes of something different changing for themselves, or the government making a change? I mean, what should be their position right now? Or
well,
could be?
Yeah, I see. Well, I'm kind of cautious always to make individual predictions. Well, my work is to try to see the big trends of evolution.